Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Cider and donuts is serious business in northern Oakland County. Just ask the Oakland Township Board after it decided to not renew the lease of the current operator here at Paint Creek.
All right, Mara, we're going to begin with Grosse Pointe Public Schools debating whether to lift the mask mandate. Glad you're with us tonight at 11. The resolution introduced at tonight's meeting would make masks optional in the district.
And right now, Wayne County requires all staff and students to wear masks in K through 12 schools. Jason Colthorpe live outside tonight's meeting that is now going late into the night. Jason?
Oh, late indeed, Sandra. They are still hearing public comment at this time at this board meeting. Now, here's what they're talking about. The board is considering a proposal by board trustee Lisa Pappas that effectively challenges the legality of Wayne County to have a mask mandate. Pappas and some parents who spoke tonight cite the state budget signed a month ago, which includes language by Republicans that some interpreted as a possible loss of funding for counties with emergency health orders that weren't approved on the local level. That prompted some counties to immediately drop mandates for schools, leaving it up to the districts themselves. Well, Wayne County was not one of them. They kept the mask mandate for schools, and that's what the board is struggling with tonight. Take a listen to a couple of parents, but first, the trustee talking about her proposal to have an optional mask mandate.
It is heartbreaking to see young children pulling their masks off. Disposable masks, breaking them. I had a young student today that pulled the mask off 4 times in one class period. And every single time, the teacher has to, which was me in this particular case, had to stop instruction to go get another mask from the box to give the child.
Trustee Pappas' resolution to defy the Wayne County mask mandate focuses simply on the idea of liberty, while wholly ignoring every single person's right to life and the idea of the common good. I am shocked, dismayed, and frankly infuriated that this is even up for discussion when our numbers are rising.
My kids have been vaccinated since May, yet they've been forced to wear masks against their will. Getting vaccinated and wearing masks should be completely optional for all.
Now, discussion basically amongst the board has been they want to get a legal opinion before they make a decision on this. They want to find out if Wayne County's mandate is in violation of state law or not. And then the feeling we're getting is that that's going to come at a later date. Now, one board member who's in favor of keeping the masks asked the parents out there who are against them, saying, ask yourself if you want to risk a health and an outbreak of sorts that would jeopardize in-person learning, which just before this was the big discussion and the big debate over. We're still waiting for this meeting to end up tonight. We'll make sure that they do table that, and we'll keep you updated. We're live in Grosse Pointe tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Yeah, the debate continues. All right. Thank you, Jason. After more than a year and a half, the U.S. has reopened its borders to foreigners who are fully vaccinated.
While vaccinated travelers can now cross the border, Canadians will need a negative COVID PCR test before they can go back. Right now, children under the age of 18 are exempt from the vaccine requirement. Fully vaccinated air travelers are also still required to test negative for COVID-19 within 3 days of their flight's departure for the United States.
Meanwhile, the state reporting 8,911 new cases over the past 3 days. That averages out to 2,900 cases per day. So if you take the average over the past week, that number goes up to more than 4,000 cases per day. The state also reporting 104 new COVID-19 outbreaks in schools. For a complete list of all the impacted schools, head to clickondetroit.com.
Controversy tonight surrounding the Paint Creek Cider Mill. The Oakland Township Board of Trustees recently voted to end the current lease with the family-owned business. It's been there for nearly a decade. Mara McDonald live at the cider mill tonight. So does that mean that things are shutting down, Mara?
Devin, no, things are not shutting down. The question tonight becomes who is going to be the purveyor of the food service here and what is it going to look like? And I'll tell you, the township has had a lot of calls and a lot of emails since it decided to terminate its current tenant. Let me show you. Paint Creek has been a fixture in northern Oakland County for decades, and Ed Granchi has been running the cider and donut operation along with hot food like pizzas and barbecue for the last 9 years.
I feel a little confused of some of the timeline and how things have happened. and yeah, a little betrayed.
Oakland Township owns this property, and Granchi had once again applied for his lease, but so did the current president of the Rochester Chamber of Commerce, Elena Campbell, who also owns the popular Cookies and Cream ice cream shop in the village of Lake Orion. Granchi was offering more rent, more days, although similar hours, and a larger menu than Campbell, who was concentrating on ice cream and donuts. But Campbell was offering in-kind services and goods valued at $5,000.
As a treasurer, I can tell you, I cannot pay township bills with in-kind goods.
The treasurer, along with 2 others, voted to renew Granchi, but the remaining 4 voted for Campbell, the clerk claiming there have been communication problems.
Because this has been a continuation over and over and over, you've got to say, well, we're not compatible, right? There's something that we're just not compatible.
The fate of the current offerings at the mill has generated a lot of calls to Township Hall, so much so it may be brought up again for review tomorrow night. Back here live. So after some off-camera discussions with township officials, the likelihood of the township board reversing course and reopening this process, I think, is minimal. The way it has been explained to me is the majority on that board like Campbell's vision for this space better. They're also interested in monies that she could potentially use out of her own pocket for capital improvements. We're live in Oakland Township tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Local 4.
Sure thing. All right, Mara.
New at 11, Livingston County's undersheriff has now resigned after being arrested for drunk driving. Undersheriff Jeff Warder arrested by state police in Livingston County. This was back on October 26th. He spent the night in the Shiawassee County Jail. He was then put on administrative leave by Sheriff Mike Murphy and later resigned on November 1st. Tonight, police are asking for your help finding a hit-and-run driver who killed a 6-year-old girl in Dearborn.
This happened yesterday around 3 p.m. on Bingham. Police say the girl was walking across the street when she was hit by someone driving a silver or white Chevy Equinox. If you've got any information about who was driving that car, call Dearborn Police, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
A former Catholic priest pleading guilty to sex abuse charges in a case dating back to the late 1970s here in Metro Detroit. Father Gary Berthiaume, who is now 79 years old, was arrested last year. He was a priest at Our Lady of Sorrows in Farmington and also St. Joseph Catholic Church in Wyandotte during the 1970s when 3 teenage victims claimed they were sexually abused by him. Today, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct. He now faces up to 15 years in prison, and he is set to be sentenced on December 20th.
Amid tough poll numbers, the Biden administration is hoping legislative victories will turn some things around. After meeting with the NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks, President Biden spoke with reporters for the first time since Congress passed the $1 trillion infrastructure bill.
Are you feeling momentum, sir, for Build Back Better now?
I'm always optimistic. It's going to be a tough fight. It ain't over yet, as they say, as the old expression goes. But I feel good, and I think people are beginning to realize it's important to get it done.
Any lessons from what you've just gone through with the bipartisan infrastructure?
None that I didn't already know.
In a new CNN poll, a majority of Americans, 52%, disapprove of the president's performance so far. 48% say they approve.
A gas leak at a Ford plant forced more than 1,000 people from their homes. 2 months later, the all clear has finally been given in Flat Rock. The Wayne County Health Department, as well as the State Health Department, now saying recent samples do confirm the gas leak is no longer a threat to the air inside homes and businesses. Most evacuated residents were able to return home in late September. The leak, as you may remember, was first reported when residents began smelling a strange odor. It was then traced to a leak at Ford's Flat Rock assembly plant. Detroit animal shelters needing your help finding pets a forever home as their shelter really reaches double capacity.
More than 160 animals are ready to be adopted at the site on Chrysler Drive. Officials say they have waived adoption fees as the shelter tries to address this overcrowding problem. License fees will also be waived if you're a Detroit resident. Officials say since the pandemic, they have seen tons of animals come into the shelter after their owners abandon them.
So our shelter has a maximum, and once we get up to that capacity, it's really unsafe to have too many animals in the shelter, which is why we're relying on Detroiters to come down to the animal care shelter and pick up an animal.
In fact, if you're interested in adopting an animal, you can visit the Detroit Animal Shelter 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m.
Still ahead, chaos inside a music festival leaves 8 people dead.
Criminal investigation now underway as survivors speak out about the crowd surge. More on that coming up in a moment. Let's check in with Andrew.
And Sandra and Devin, we had some wonderful warm weather earlier today with temperatures in the 60s. It is now cool to mild with 40s and still holding on to 50s. 52 in Mount Clemens. By morning, cool with a little fog, 47 degrees. Where do temperatures go from here? I've got the answer in your weather forecast coming up.
All right, Andrew, but first, a carjacking suspect leads police on a chase through Macomb County in a neighborhood, ramming into several patrol cars. We'll have that next.